The Rose ya and also Ewakana. Facebook Live and YouTube ya Oyerepa FM and OyerepaFMonline.com.
Oyerepa News. Yama mo hye 100.7 FM studio no sia bo ma mu nsem a yesaka ya de bra mo se de mo amunim no de twedi amponyankrompo ase ya transi onu anu kutekute ni a se wapon na di traffic so a da ka sa ya kafra da se bo abeduru fie sa so so no wa waduru fie no pa kodwa bi tra so na na nsem a de eba no ma pani abedi ache Dr. Mahmoud Bamia de afutusem akọ amamabunu ene de ene soso twagu ye wiase amama nyina fa mabunu ho no ye de enchirimu ebeto abso.
Electoral Commission so akasa no wo kire mu se di ntra ye trotro ye e fa voters ID card no na nkwala ene ahoho e ho abefra mu bi.
Na bato komisa kro no akache da so gina ho na wonu santrofo ahyemu no aso de nsima to dwa kirem se oh di ntro no akoye papa pasade ye woni a na wo ho na makwa ho tetetimani ade de wo ho hyemu tro din no afi no ni so
Kaniba mpani John Dramani Mahama JDM na ka se wo kire se bi nanu wo ya bia no wo ya papa e wa mayesimu na nso omo ndisi fo de omonyesa
na coronavirus no se wo hwe a asamanfo afa ne se ekọ se mpanimfo kire mu a mako wa ha duosiam enwotwe na aba beka no omo di nchichemu ni nyina aba na afutuo bi nso edi akire
afem na se odwafiem so mkọ asetena no waje atum de wonsa asase apene so se yenkonkwoje wo manga na enye yesidi no ne America chopa bodo dese yenfia sa montazium Ghana akwa akwosene no obia brabru ha ne ba akwa chiripo miensa 1.3 billion US dollars se yenfa mra metoko afi
Ghana National Association of Private Schools so na ka se ina cha sankura schools no omosi aban mi school no nya kwankọ na eno no etwimpuntuo bi kura essentially sabre ya enema edaso akachiri
yabakwa manoni nsemu na English memu no na Manchester approach for day to adesuafo a omokoye A level nsohwe ni bisa wo chena omokwaje omonsohwe na obi anhye ena wankoye party bia nam coronavirus no
enti sate no atifi ni bi na yade agu ono betimi de onte ho aba adwenkyira no bomodin fa bre ba to aba fo teta pade nso no ya na OyerepaFMonline.com my promise fmonline.com sanso na tune ni so enso be hia yan Oyerepa FM be ye wa tu na oba YouTube wonom so enso Oyerepa FM na wa biem wa cha ma anu bi onya bi ahwe so na munyina mo de madwenkyira ba kase bo no wede na Facebook wani mu krata wo de oba be hia ni a eni anamo miensa so na wo hwe akira kwan Oyerepa Radio Oyerepa FM Oyerepa News ne miensa nyina ya de namu bra ne anka mankyeremu na ye mbọ kase no manya de wadwenkyira no ani die ne obuo kwan so emfa nsem a ye kenkan ne nkwa ho adapa abo ani atemdidie bia nim ne ya kan ne nkwa na ye je ho adwenkyere nyumako mu bu adawro mabrepam ye de mu so adwatonde beto monte so atrase dia social distancing mu na ye so monte kase no abai social distancing ambassador of Atafrimpon mini anuanom
mame efia nyakon papa bi na afi
krobia sante yemfa bre na nsem ni kyeremu yemfa emamo ene defo wiase amama nyina eka yade bi kyere se emabunu no ayeka wo mo so tetete wiase amama mu na wo bobra no yade bi ehia pa nti na enwa kwakọ yese mpanifo bodwa na wo pe kwan ya wo befa so na ye International Youth Day na sede afi no esi sa no a eja wode atudwa na eno no ebebua ama enei omanfo atimi ehunu anamo wo so wotuo ene mpempenso a wotimi bobra ekokoduru efa emaburu famu no nsusu no bibia atumi ayekra behwe pa no ntini mampani abedi ache Dr. Mahmoud Bamia na dwadue no ase no wokọ ho na sede na dwabọ no wasi akoni nyina no wode ensembi atudwa nchechemu kakra de manyina ne se emaburu no enhwe se wode wo ho beji ne emabim omo ankasa brabo edi kan enhye woni ankasa ensem etoso mienu no nsusu no wo mo apekọ befa so no betoto ho efa no nwuma yem ni ade na wo munya ni so ade hu nsusu no wotwen ema woni ankasa wabrabo wo chese wo bebo nsusu abaso maburu ntitiri chese coronavirus ba yi kwani amaburu na fa so no matoto wo ho na waboa ama akodi abadie so wa kura efa so de ahwa ya afo ni ade o metimi du wo ho agimo no nsusu no fa baby e ade bia ese efa tapa Dr. Mahmoud Bamia.
My appearance here is very short. It's almost playing the John the Baptist in a way. Going to prepare the ground for the real gift of the occasion. But today is International Youth Day, and I'm bringing you greetings from His Excellency the President. The youth are the future of this country, and I think that we have been hit very hard by the coronavirus pandemic that we are dealing with. And its implications are very far and wide. And us in government are having to deal with these problems. Of course, government has been through its testing, tracing, and treatment protocols, been trying our best to manage the impact of the pandemic. That yesterday we have had about 41,000 TELSAs. The youth is very, very key in this battle. But government is also very, very key to address some of the challenges that the youth are facing, whether it's in terms of jobs, whether it's in terms of housing, and so on. So we will do our part. But I just want to take this occasion to congratulate the youth of this country on International Youth Day and to say that the future belongs to you, and we'll work with you hand in hand to make sure the future is a bright future for all of Ghana.
Dr. Mahmoud Bamia and Motene Kano nti said oboja na wakai mabunu nyina na defo adwumadia course we wiase ama ma nyina no yade bi hia pa na pani ya National Youth Authority oda no ne ewura Sylvester Tete no so de nsema tudwa ebo mabunu abaso ene akwanya nso so asese mabunu nya ene kwa befa so no atoto aboa ewiase mpuntuo ene ne kwanimu.
Youth across the country are already contributing immensely towards Ghana's fight against COVID-19 through acts of volunteerism, innovation, and enterprise. Countless young people have joined the National Youth Authority's COVID-19 youth campaign and are educating members of their communities to adhere to social distancing protocols and abide by the COVID-19 safety and preventive measures proposed by the President and the Ministry of Health. Youth entrepreneurs are also ramping up population production and sale of hand sanitizers, Veronica Bucket, as well as inventing mechanical and solar-powered hand-washing devices to inspire frequent hand-washing and save lives. With enough support, our youth can do much more to augment the extension of government organizations and target citizenry and against the novel coronavirus. Despite the challenges posed by the pandemic, the National Youth Authority has not relented on its obligations to the youth of Ghana. Promoting youth engagement is a vital aspect of the authority's programs and activities. The National Youth Authority over a year now has been working assiduously to craft a response policy, youth policy, that will endanger the participation of Ghanaian youth in national development as well as facilitate the realization of their dreams and aspirations. As a result, Ghana Youth Policy was reviewed with the help of over 7,000 young people to align it with government development agenda as well as other relevant international development protocols and frameworks such as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, and Agenda 2063 of the African Union.
When you let in the way, says Mabuda, Yasiama Mania anti National Youth Authority, Supeni, Sylvester Tete, and Ordinano Dinsiam at 2 Ija 100.7 FM.
Yantua Kasiabano so Emma na abatwa commission na say electoral commission say the wasi afia abatwa ya betwa no say bibia mu da ho fan Emma Ghana fo nyina hunu ne ekoro nti oye nhyehyɛ ya bra no obedi dwumadie bi na ne ekoso e wa abatwa mo nhyehyɛ nyina di ntworo ne mo de atoto na kwan mu no wode atudwa ye di eda so let the citizens know forum na say dwumadie ne ebi akoso na abatwa commission no owura Iri Mensa wakasa no de atudwa no wo kyerɛ mu say e wo mu panimfo se edi ntworo we ni bibia kwaso kama edi ye nipa be opepe dunsia chi ponso nkono ye 16.9 million na atumi atworo wo mudin a wo mo wa akwanya no ese openim abosome de toso nso wo mo to aba na enum no na odi tudwa se wo mo wie ye no wo ma hu se nkwala na afi ahoho abefrafra mu papa na ne woka ne wo chemu nyane se na so ye no de ne ma egugu na kwan hu a wo kɔ mansi ahodoro ni mu ase de bi mo ne wo mo nti ase a obi betworo ni din a na akoye se nsama ba ho na enam so mo twukuru kire ya dugu nkrata so no omo nam san hyehye ya no so nyina beyi omo nyina afiri mu na atumi aboa ama manya de edi mu a eno ene ye de beto aba no.
It is evident that most of the challenge cases were from border regions with the exception of Ahafo, and it gives reason to assume that the challenge cases relate to citizenship issues emanating from the infiltration of foreigners. At a later date, we will shed more light on our findings. The Commission is mindful of the infiltration of foreigners at a number of our registration centers. Additionally, we are aware that a number of minors have found their way into the register. We are confident that the challenge processes initiated at all districts throughout the country will unearth these illegal persons and rid the register of those who do not qualify to be thereon. We are confident that the register that will be used for the 2020 elections will be a wholly owned Ghanaian enterprise, reflecting qualified Ghanaians and Ghanaians only. The process of deduplication and adjudication, which are currently ongoing, will flag multiple registrations in the system. Additionally, the challenge system put in place during the registration and exhibition exercise will further flag unqualified voters on the register. Ultimately, these processes will contribute to the cleaning of the register and ensure its integrity and credibility ahead of the 2020 election.
Tiawa enyesa ya wie na no ano no empanifo behwe no maso ne mu yie pa na de ekọ so wo mansi mu antiase anya adwuma mu kruche gu nkrata so no eno no so mu begina so na omo de ayi bia firi mu a chese dodo na so no efiri ye mea omo ben boda so anasa ahye so no so yi ahafo mantam na efiri mu anti hu adwuma pa ena sese omo ebeye owura riche mensa wono ena ye electoral commission ma oman Ghana
na no to aso kire mu se ade ba ko a wonu mani so na wonu mu so abo homodin pa bra edikan di ntromu ni ade no ene kwani ofa so na akuaku ahodo mobro waku ahodo ne se bia mpanimfo woni a wonfie akonkan ya ye konum de chede ni ade no a ja kire wo ye na kakra nkra no watimi si mountain so ni ade to nchen kra so apemfo afe kra so woni ohona makwa ho bia tete chimane kwasibro ni ka wonum persons living with disabilities no was say about commission bo modern yadema wonum bredi kan di ntro abakose mu ni ade no aso aba papa o se aka bia boa ama ye ka say ene woni ohuna makwa ho tete chimadodo no atimi di ho di ntro no mu a wonyina kwa akotro ndi sade na about commission ni susu ene ne botaye tie se wonsi kuo anasa ankrankra bia kwan di ntro ya na ekoso num se abaye na yanyi obi kwa ahonya kwasiburu ni beka se ne writer o se wode eto abayi ni mampani ne bra hwedwani no yanyi famfiri ni nsam da wo mani nyina yakosina ni mopanima bronya bosome da to so so 7 December na yeto abayi mampani ne bra hwedwafo nti ma mi je mensa de atodwa atrem se omu wie ye no o ma se nyankro patom woni a wo hona makwa anwa tetechima persons living with disabilities no woni etimi churo wondin aye mpem adiosia nan ahankro adiosia 64,966 awo chirem so de ko amu abupan mu a na aye abupan ni mu hwe achiripo enum ni nsia 0.56%. enti abato commission ne bojo so pa se woni ohuna makwa anwa tetechima otimi di ho agi mu na ochiro wondin.
I will now move to the important subject of the number of persons with disabilities who participated in the voters' registration exercise. We are gratified to note that a significant number of persons with disabilities participated in the exercise. As part of our commitment to ensure inclusiveness and to ensure that no one is left behind, the Commission made arrangements to cater for a section of our society at all district offices of the Electoral Commission throughout the country. This is the first time such an arrangement was put in place. But as a commission, we were keen to ensure that vulnerable groups, the aged, persons with disability, pregnant women, etc., all felt comfortable to participate in the registration exercise. And it did pay off. At the end of the registration exercise, 64,996 persons with disabilities had successfully registered in the process. This represents 0.56% of the total number of persons registered, and it demonstrates some good progress made.
Enti yafa ni padodo ya wochoro wondin no nyina no a woni a ohona makwa ho atete persons living with disability no wonum ayo hamu abupan ahwe achiripo num ni 0.56%. Mame Jane Mensa na de atodwa jese pemaduosia nan hankura duosia 64,966 yanko ahmane so ebra wo kire so num hihye ya wode egugu ye ema woni emobo abrabo ne asetena mu woni ohona makwa ho atete apemfo enkokora ne merwani ade aso abapama dodo no atimi atworo wonum din no yenkonko bi sanya bia de ntworo ne koso no saa na nete ana se na etesen ye kwa amane so ne woro fo idabra wono aye dwomtrani ede ma aginatukuo ama woni ohonam akwa enwa tetechima no yene no emonko ya chairman of Ghana Disability Council yero adabra ya mo adwoni akwa Oyerepa Kase3 anwumre
Ini ameju so.
Yenim so oba de adama boko
Pa.
Yo, we di etiawa Maami Jane Mensa ni abato commission won dwumadie yom di atata so mu frɛ no let the citizens know. Jase mo manfo ehunu na enumu ba ko nene wode ato jo chirim sɛ di ntworo ni mu no wonu mu dwene mo ho pa mukuo no woni honam akwa anwa tetechima ani ade mobro wa pemfo ani nkokora ne mrewa na saa dwen omu dwen saafo ehuna so aba ma dodo no a etimi twiro wondi ne ebisa sa nya bia no kura sade wo ka no mokwa bia ne etwiro din no nhyehyeye mu no na mu se ye dwen mo ho timi han mo ewo mu di ntwiro mu
Yo, that's the American Electoral Commission for ebo modin ye bra omo ye nhyehyeye se ye nkotro ye din no na nipa edi dem no omni di nkita ho ema edi nhyehyeye hodo etuja sama for bekaya omde by class ye di dem no ankaya ye nko district offices for no mona ye nkotro ye din se ne be ya ye nkofra dodo no mu na nko ye how am I? But ye who say, Omwa, Omwo in Crackers, na Nasa, and Shanobe Boao. But in Yanoma, a war in Crassing in Cronky to a mono. Na a behaka quanti, a sign my almost say, Omoma and penny for a church didn't say. And so be walk crooked to a naso to me, Mark Crockets, metro from Dia. Na so mo yes answer na almost to be better omudin na se me share nipa dodo omudi abetu jase omudi dem omochiro omudin no a eye na mom no se me share pa se nipa edi dem ebro opepini achi no a na me share 64,000 se no omudi abetu jama etrese ebinum ho no mo a wo mo anya mo a ma bonti ama metro omudi eno no memfa sombo no mo electoral commission amigidi say ebia usianfo ani anom tini ade no bebre entumi afa wo mo ni anom amadi dem na ama metro sana me suspect mo
okay just wo hwe amododo no a mamu ni nyina no mukuo no ma dodo no ene won na etimi kokotwere din ne nanka wo de ka de a ene nanka ewo fom
ya para me hu no pa
okay na ye hwe ni sei so sadia ma me Jane Mensa Kase we ni bredi kan ya jese mukuo no ma ene nkokora ne mrewa ne ade ya dwene mu ho odi ntwiro mu na atimi aso aba amene ye nya kuo ni ma mpema duosia na chiripo a nkron aduosia nsia ene ade no no kresa na ti afi no figa abeto abontin so ise mu kuo ni ma wo mtwiro mu din no kwa ni mu sene abra hodo a ya twiro din ni nyina ade te said opeso ochire
Ukraine this is a winning the kaya electoral commission to me the nipa edit them wo modudu ababetuja ane no na yenya ne science no din say ebetumi anya bibia ede ebe ye comparison na say betutu ho enti but yenya say ye share say population of Ghana no say ye fa WHO in contabu o mu say population bi anipa be say 10% and 15% ye nipa edi dem a na se wo mu a na se Ghana ye be say opepe ediasa na nipa edi dem ekeka ko be say opepe miensa it is opepe miensa so ko o say by default kana say the two be say opepe mi no kra na say 64,000 ana akwa chiro umdin a na ye hwe say nipa edi mfie don't watch a cordia. na me did the pass a walk from.
Okay.
Now, the son of my canon.
And you're about to commission, I be boom, so
me did it say, do no, or move, you know. A month went to the
Amphona, a year from the Yanye. Yanfa way now, quite young. And about to commission, I say, Amen, day. When you bread the car, young one your Honama, white Chimado door, or Yabato, and Muno. Mova Pensenka, ye kwa any munebia, a brebiano, ye trodin fufro bianoa, and Kayanya Sama Mosabaya Munsumbu, Muku Madua, yo Matimia Tro Mudin Sabaya Monsumu Conta Maya Munyamabia, a Babuamo Nina, say Kaka, who did Tania Diadi, women Kaka Homa, Mutimi, Enya, accurate data, and Tinkamba Panesasa, and Tomusamamo.
Yes, when you mean NIA for a modern day, Ghana card na no. Aha nipa edit them column ewo honomo. Enti ejidi passes omu wie o madwuma na ye betumi ehu nipa edit them omu omai mu se ne be ya se ye tro de betumi ehu se nipa edit them eye dodo se na ye timi ehu se nipa omu betro mu din wi a ye timi ahwe se ye de atoto de NIA for no ebenya na de electoral commission for no so ebenya no ebe boa yempa
yo ma ya na zero for debra
me da mase
yo abjafo agina tuko de ma woni ohonama kwa ho atetechima wonku ba tan wo manga na mu dwomtra ne de ma wonum chairman of Ghana Disability Council ora for debra ana yene no abonkomo yi
ya twaso edesem no amamo NDC amayoko kanima mpani John Dramani Mahama odi o mani mu tu franka no oguso a wokasa anse campaign one na jeguso mayofo no eguso ya obia ka ne nsem ye hia se prepre Ghana de se behwe no mato aba e de ama no no asa to aso akonenim ani nyina mu no dwumadi achenchenche akoso kyerese sofo no mu mpanimfo na ebo moden kokosia amayoko no mu mpanimfo a ntitiro fa na Ghana Pentecostal Council na wo mo abonkomo na General Superintendent ma Assemblies of God wono kura the president Emma Ghana Pentecostal Council ene Professor from Paul Manson di nsimbi atudwa na ansa na no na kyerese nkomodie no ase na kane mampani John Dramani Mahama so brebre na ni ase amayosem tantan bi koso ewo Ghana no mo ya atemdie nku a na so mo NDC die bra ya ba beto abanya de so mbawi atem bi nti so bi hwe ni mo se bi a wo mo NDC fo bawi atem die a nkura bi ani wewum onipa kro no wontum kura na wo se ba de saa no ensa na ho a yeja ene anima bi ade to amankyirima no omo so ba behwe so nti so ba beto sa amayo ayeye no mayi mu no eya atemdidi a saa no omo so koso na wono be ya ene na se be eseye ne ampadifo no a omadi kan no a enti no.
My running mate, Professor Nana Oyerepa, whom I'm presenting to you today, has been encouraged by, a few days ago, by the Osumanche to be strong and courageous in the face of what he feared would be a barrage of insults and attacks on her person, just because she has decided to serve her country at the highest level, to help shape its destiny and ensure shared prosperity for all. Indeed, these unprovoked attacks and insults and lies have already started, but I can assure you and all Ghanaians that Nana Jane and myself will never engage in insults and name-calling of our opponents. Our children are watching, listening, and copying what we do, and it's important that we continue to serve as good role models to them. The book of Philippians assures me that the God who began this mission will continue it to a fruitful conclusion. Professor Opoku-Agyeman is God-fearing. She's a woman of unquestionable integrity. She's hardworking, a resource-oriented person. She's carved a niche for herself as a distinguished scholar in Ghana, on the African continent.
Kanima Penny John Dramani Mahama, where Frank two phone prema NDC Amayukunti, where said your mammy Jano, a quachere, a year as well from 24 one Amigusu American wa. Na Nina Monoso, Professor Jena no Poku, and didn't send me a trust what I said. Ayakwanya pa mano so baba be bo panin wachi dom sa wo amayiko kakraka bi ade NDC na wo sha empanifo ni nyina bo se na afam de bi a wo so ye no obeye.
I come to all of you in all humility. I don't think if you asked me a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, I would have imagined I'll be standing here. It's all part of God's work. And I'm here to thank our flag bearer for this singular act. I see it as an act of faith. I see it as an act of courage. I also see it as an act of trust. Therefore, I'm here to seek your prayers. above everything to ensure that whatever the outcomes are, that they are first and foremost pleasing to God before they are pleasing to anybody else. Please continue to add your prayers and voices to our flag bearer for selecting a woman in my person. I don't think it is for nothing. We need to remind ourselves that in everything it is God we are serving, and the God we are serving has sent a role model to all of us. Perhaps after Jesus we don't need any other role model, but also sometimes he works through people, and he came to save many, even including myself. He came for the sake of the vulnerable, and that is why I find the party attractive, in the sense that from its founder right up to our leaders, the concern is for the vulnerable. So we are requesting humbly that you continue to pray for us, to keep the examples of sacrifice, the examples of selflessness, of placing others before ourselves, of placing our country before individuals, and in all of it praying that our outcomes may be pleasing to him. We all know we need a peaceful country. We know the role Christianity has played, not only in the country, in our community, or in our families, but in our individual life, of language that is not edifying, and how we avoid the use of force just to coerce people and prevent them from thinking.
Obifu jina no pokwa jima se one ne flabera JD ame hian pa bopa na waba no so de no waba babo chidom amadwuma no ayefefefe tidi omu hian ye mpaibo ene pinu a ode to aso na ni nyina mu no nso so na Professor Frimpong Manson ya me ka se ono na Ghana Pentecostal Council wada no se president general superintendent ma Assemblies of God asafo no ede bi to aso se we pa de obeka pa se amawe no asese wo no ma ye no momoden a se wo be ya de bi yentie ne nsema o kan so wo nye.
Let your conversation be seasoned with salt. As we go out, let me tell my dear politicians and everyone here something. First and foremost, whenever you want to speak to the public, there are three things you must consider. First, you have to go and appeal to the intellect. You have to go with facts that can be proven and substantiated, because you go there and you throw something, you can prove it and defend it. And when you have the facts, you go there also to appeal to the emotion, to get the people to show empathy with you, to draw the person to you. And then after you got the emotion, then you appeal to the will. So for every message that goes out, we appeal to the intellect through facts that can be substantiated and justified. Then you draw the person through your humor, your lifestyle, your stories, and everything. You get the person to you, then you appeal to the decision. I've also said something here which I want to mention. As we go out, whatever we put out is a data. So the way we presented it will help the people analyze it and give meanings. So whatever you say, you throw it into the public domain, it is interpreted by history, by your ideology, and by the environment or the common practice. So we must know that what people can twist our mind, our words, and give meaning to it, and it is not normally like that. So we must be able to package our message so much that the distortions and all the things that they want to mispresent you will be minimized.
Samuko motisu ko sia nipa no aya mo modin asansam wa mo ka no mo be ba ba mu yie na mo de mfa to ho ne ade bi asefa te beto nipa na sum na enu atimi atwe nipa no wa ba mu nyese bibia bi asa bibia akwa na wakogina wo ekeken ka ba ne sade a emu akonu asa nyina emu o kire se ebere ti se se be predo asa bia wuku obi ani da obi adwiri mo bie obi aso nim sese be bia wiase si kro nti wo betimi atwe nipa ba wu a agye se wakeka sa ne ma we nyina abum na wa ma wonsem a wo ka no asisi so eno no na Reverend Professor Paul Frimpong Manson san to aso se he say tebre be bia be fra won madwuma na so fidie no kura ne fa ba bi to da bi no ma na yetan bi ono mo bo hye ne nkom se hunu nko a hwinim eno na wo tu ono mo fo no se omomo mani na ho kire se be yi wo wiye mu be wi ni ena mba wi ani ade wo kire se za ne ma mo so so.
As we are getting closer to the elections, my fellow politicians and pastors, there has been a practice of people prophesying about elections. I want to say in no uncertain terms that these things are wrong and fake and false, and we should not bang our hopes on them. If I have a car, I have to drive it. The car will not move. God has given the power to choose the leader through elections, through campaigns, through the ballot box. If it will be through prophecies, there will not be the need for elections and campaigns and ballot boxes. So, dear politicians, these people can exploit you, they can create confusion, and they will make things wrong. I remember I was in Nigeria, I met a politician, Assemblies of God person. He said, Pastor, I've got about 3,000 prophets telling me, sending me messages that I will win. And some of them want me to sow. He said, I would rather give this money to the church because I know I will win already. So sometimes, so let us not allow these people to disorganize us. And so you, the false prophets, stop these things and rather pray because we create confusion.
Another way, NDC, Amayukuno, and the Professor Jena no Pokwajiman. Ya wobo JD Machidomo Kokotre, Ghana Pentecostal Charismatic Kase3, Sa Jumedian Wase, and Uncomodia Wayne, of course, Reverend Professor Paul from Paul Manson Sofutua, what the etato and no.
Abufia for yet Wakasia Bonus Swama, you may not see a Cassiabo, Oyerepa FM 100.7 SO. Na ye free one, ye COVID-19 and also coronavirus, and so who sends some more. So said your wow baby a dance, yes, any Paduano, Abunia Goman was oh, Corona no current to me, oh, Corona no current, you want to say, no smarts ni face mask, a man for shit, a man from a horror, so who's will be Beshabia, no, who will be a German office bimu, and I say you go supermarket to be a could you sa pass any panam walk for cardi yan shat rubber for one share mate for one share any and I'm penny for a share say ya a free a year July but some no net tosso a dionuncono ebesi wagas bosom in their tosso and so not just an hour train in a fuaka crantamono and nipa ma wa head you see watching 168 and na wamako test positive for COVID-19 no home. Inti amagana hanom efiri obenima na asa bosome miensa ni mu no nipa aduanan ba empema aduanan ba ko ahanum adioso mienu 41,572 and I test positive and so manya yare no ye COVID-19 and asa coronavirus no ebi na adom nti no na chese nipa dodo na nso no e no mo ho atowo mo nipa ba empema aduasa enkono akiri poso ha sa aduonu 39,320 e no mo ho atowo mo nti mprempren ya ye kasa ide se beka ho a omo wa COVID-19 ni bi wo mu ni padua mu ye beka say active cases no ye 2029 na chese mpemu mienu ene aduonu enkuru timpani fo se Ghana fo hwe ye pa ne hu sa yare ne wo ho nti ye hwe ye hu ya ne ye hwe ye hu ye nipa nwotwekola ena asa ewu aka hu nti se yare nipa ewu no aduru mpema hanu aduonu miensa 229 ahanu aduonu miensa ena aduru enu nti no omanfo ensha no so ne bra omodi nsem we betu dwana no ena akọ all top transport union ne nkrabata ye wodu nkwa no fen ye no apadentra epo ye mansimu e won finfin mantem wapani a woda wo mo ano ene asona bakọ akuda akọ no wakasa no se hwe omo mfa ni agro omodi omo hu sa yare na se atukura nya de omodi bedi agro nti so so ye passenger na so obefo ka na fridu nkwa wo fen ho akọ wasa kropo bogo so ne mpata mu ba bia na se nose mask no woni bi na wo ba na so wo horo won sa nya de omba ma wo kwan ne ana so wo cham Africa no
eba se yemfa tutu no ye boye ho ban ya kosi sampan se bi ekwan tu obi ekwan tu mu so no so ba mbo na na eguso nti ama yakofo obi kura oton face mask ni bi wa ha aya ka cha driver for ni nyina se obi ebe foka na se ka no ye mana wo kotu no obi tim no ombo bia mo ontobi so wa ntobi asi no na fa ni pa afro obo bi fa de shem nti ano ene ade a ye no hanum se de be ya enkofo ha obi ama ta ngaba ni aka tie se obi mmobi wo se ontobi oso onto a yesi no senti sanso ni aka tie se mi fi akofo obi abetena ha oton obi etida ni aka tie se bi na wo no kokko na kotobi na fa bo na ka no nko nti we si no kotobi dia ni ama no ko de wan ko kotobi no ni eja no ho kotobi until so obenya bi ya dey abo antani ama na foka na ko
Wey asuna bakọ akuda akon wokọ dunkwa no fen empotemu a all top transport union wono ena ye pani eda no wo honom ena no so den sam na tudwa sade ye mfa ne serious ma ye mfa ne se enya bibia na wo honom a edinya na sade ye tie no hwe manta mu die no a enkra pumpu ni manta mu nipa enya bi nko a wo ho eye mpem aduo no achi poso a ha so aduanan kono 20,749 ya sante manta mu ya ye wo mu empem du ahasa aduo kono mien miensa 10,393 wokwa to ya mantamu ampemu mienu ahangwotwe ani dungwotwe 2,818 and po ya mantamu so ya apem ahankono aduosun mienu 1,972 in fifi mantamu ya central region aya 1,749 and akwa bunu east ya omumpodi omanya bintamu sa omodi no edura hansia aduowotwe enkono 689 and omanya bi framantamu so ya 626 and didi so na de eba enu nti no obi anhwe na nose mask na ya mo nhwe wai na mo wohoro mo sanitizers ne so mo mane memo protocols ni nyina ye ni so na ebebo ya ye ho ban
yankunu ma da amra santimanta bu ban ya trampim du ni ade nde je se ade no bai yenso iyate ha ye twa no so Oyerepa Kase3 so anwumre no nsiasem ado na yete ma wo social distancing kasebo hand sanitizer kasebo nose mask no na de brewa baby awo bi afa yantiti brase odwafie mane wonum kwa asetena sa no a nko bobo niama ho a na aja wonum ahwe de ye best boa safata na wonum agi atomu a enti ya kasei on se nyankropon ya atomu a enche kura na yewura kokotom enti no ba ya afi kwasi bro ni ba kase crop season no wonum ade won sa hyase agi atom se wo manga na ban mo modin fa ni tirim pempem won ko pa America chopa bo do des ye mfem samon tasum kon kan na akwa akwosene no o pe abrabru ba ko akiri pomiensa 1.3 billion US dollars na ye mfa mra meto koko afimpinu ani aduonu ni afimpinu ani aduonu ba ko no ba ye afi ya kire 2020-2021 koko season na ni nyina emu no mra se odafie meko ye hwe sigasam ne ntoto ye nsam eso no jomtrani ate ma wonum ye kire chairman for parliamentary select committee on finance ono nya for Kase3 eboa wona wogina ko nu anim anamu na wode nsam tu dwamra se odafie mkoko sere se adawroma eko no kotrase na wakaka onani no wode babeto aponso na mrase odafie mu wodi tum na afi woprenso ne yakokoje sasika botene busian ede babeto kokko a beboa pa yentie wono nyamfo Mark Asibe yaboa.
The committee sought to know if the producer price of cocoa will be reviewed for the upcoming crop season. To this, officials of Cocoa Board informed the committee that the determination of the producer price is within the mandate of the Producer Price Review Committee, and that as and when the PPRC reviews price, Cocoa Board will religiously implement the same. Mr. Speaker, in view of the foregoing and taking into consideration the importance of the cocoa sector to the economy, the committee respectfully recommends to the House to 1. Approve the receivables backed trade finance facility of $1.3 billion, and 2. The waiver of stamp duty of $6.5 million. Respectfully submitted, Mr. Speaker.
Abjafo nyamfo Kase3 yaboa Mrase odafie mekuo ya wonum ehwe sikasam ne ntoto ya ne honkontabu samso parliamentary select committee on finance ni jomtrani ne yete ne kano na ono ni oya no kwasi broni ba kase obuvi motion kirese wo pia na tiko so onti akase obi beta akire no kwasi broni kano second anti one second year na no nso na mrase odani de mo manfo awurmo adakulu abato mbasua so ono nyamfo governance kwame agboza wo bo modern so mansa so tenten wo kirese de ono for Kase3 ebo ade ato no agya wo preso wo taachire so na ade ba ko bi ne ha no wo ho ye obeka ene se sa Cocoa Board kuro ye ya fimpinu ani dunson ya jitum di ansa senkra ta ase sra ese wonum kwaje bosia na wonum fa bi emeto koko enfa bi nso enyi koko akwan na eduru ba bi ne ho se niema ya watiri niema ya amane enti ya ka kire wonum sa dawro ma wonum omodin na akwan ya wonum eyi koko akwan ne ade nyina no wonum entwen sensen kwasi broni baka so mu suspend na afa mu nya hu hwehwemu wonfa audit ne ho de ba report mramra che dwafiem na ye hunu na su besi sa abra fimpinu ani dunsun fie miansa antamunie anya de se za koko akwani a na wonum ye no ana enkoyi a ka se Cocoa Board wo mu ntwensensen wonum nya yi wo fa ho nkontabo ni ade mra na ehunu ba bi akosie ni ehunu ni amani so ansana ya ba mum kwa mum ato aso no anya de so matimi di ho anu disem abamra se odafiem besi sa abra ya ka se fie miansa antamni na enso ne ye kokuro ye Cocoa Board fo kuro ye se pia wonum ata wonum achi amum akwaje bosia wambosia tene ye te se amum sa de ababeto koko empa de ha ne pa se sa report ba ko no wonum audit report no enya ma mi ehwehwe mu.
Mr. Speaker, the chairman did, and also for the tax rate. Mr. Speaker, cocoa is very critical to the health of Ghana's economy. Indeed, someone may argue that the amount of time and resources we put into oil exploration and everything, perhaps if we apply those resources to cocoa and others, we might be better off. Mr. Speaker, if you go to page 7 of the committee's report, paragraph 6.4, it talks about the loan facility disbursement. A lot of things were listed there and farmers services cost. One of those items, Mr. Speaker, is cocoa roads. Mr. Speaker, but in the body of the text, nothing really has been said. Mr. Speaker, from 2017, the government sought and made the country aware of the challenges with cocoa roads to the extent that cocoa road projects were suspended in 2017 pending the outcome of an audit report. We are yet to see any report of the cocoa road audit report appear in this house, either as part of the work of the cocoa road, the cocoa board itself, or the government.
Na bano dia wapreso said ania koko tomra no enchani ewuram wose eto koko nti wose yeboa ma ban kopa bosi afrisika kra bia odo ne ade obeto koko nti ndia nkwanso anenso ne ha adwene sanfie miensantem nie koko board fo sika botene ye de ma mosem fanyi koko akwan ya na niema nko ye ka se montwen sensan munya yie na de makwa akodum bebu hu nkontam fa nkyere na ye hunu si abema mato aso anase be ne den no vie miensan nie besi sabre nya de se wonuma ye hu bibi mpodi abamra hye dwafia ma hunu nia koso ende ha adwen pa na Dr. Oso Koto free ya wo yo so afo hwe agriculture nsem so won so de nsem kakra atu dwa no kirim se omuse koko nei wo manga na ene niama ya de ko adwa ma so koton ji sika ba no ene di ntintima ahura di kan papa won ya captain ya wo de yakoba ni ade na so ni nyina mu no asusu ampidie no hawo ya ewo koko adwuma mu no aka obi anya nsusu aso bone ewo akuafo so ama enei koko ya no ma no enkamere bi atwa mu yenya ade ko adwama so no so ati se hwi.
The mainstay of Ghana's economy until the discovery of oil in recent times. That notwithstanding, the sector had its own problems that contributed to its underperformance in recent times. Indeed, there has been a systemic decline in the country's cocoa production in the last. In fact, available data indicates that the decline actually started 10 years ago. Prominent among the major factors that have contributed to the decline in production levels is the cocoa swelling shoe disease. The Speaker, swelling shoe disease is a virus. The mitigation of this problem has therefore been the main focus of the research activities of Ghana Cocoa Board, among others. One of the solutions being the development of a hybrid seedling with relatively high resistance to disease. Together with the Ghana Health and Extension Division of Cocoa Board, the Seed Production Division of Ghana Cocoa Board are responsible for the production and distribution of hybrid cocoa seedlings to farmers for transplanting into the field. Cocoa seedlings are raised at selected nursery sites located within the cocoa farming communities for replanting of CCBD treated farms, rehabilitation of overaged and moribund farms, replanting of banned farms, the establishment of new farms, and the maximizing the land capacity and the utilized farms. From 2014 to date, Mr. Speaker, a total of 246,666,234 cocoa seedlings have been produced and distributed to farmers.
And this one for you, agriculture, Graduma Sam, so Dr. Oso Koto free. One so attending car, which said, Yakako dream party, Atokodo, Coco, Fanano, I was a chair, Nighty, and Eddie Shepa, ya Diego.
Yenya yeri misese sei ankura kura sukus ni abai die nyina no wo mu ofia kyerese na sen ya abai kura wo bie suapo se wo mu a wo mu ewie suku ane san konkotwe so no fa ntwa to ne adantamo de antade no kura fe de hwe ni musa no so beba ne ade no mu nkɔmɔ no ne egusu a ye die kyerɛ sɛ coronavirus adawroma sɛ de mesi keka akɔyɛ no saa na bɛyɛ na ɔman pani fiti saa na mutu yɛseɛ yɛyɛ Ghana ha yɛtie die keka kɔ bɛyɛ sɛ busumi nsia mu ani na no na Ghana National Association of Private Schools ankorankora schools no ɔkeka ka ho abɔ mu atikuo no wa mu pani pa yɛfrɛ no wɔpani Damascus turo song ɛka nyinaa ne sɛ sɛbe pradeɛ sɛ biawuku sutura mienu ma ni ha ne pa na sɛ yɛtena wakɔwura bɔ busumi ne de ɛtɔ so dunum yɛ no bɛba sɛ busumi nsia na nkwada yɛ atena fia bɛpem sɛ mpɛpɛ so ati sɛ di a ɛdi kan nsuanso bɔ ne ɛma wɔ man no ankasa mpuntuo ɛtɔ so mienu ɔmasi kasɛm kora no ɛtumi ha ne so pa kyerɛ sɛ ankorankora no ɛwɔ sukuu so dodoɔ no wanti odiɛ aban ne nwene ho no wamie sukuu na ni wanim ya ansa na busumi bɛwura ne de ɛtɔ so adunum no ɔka no aduru hɔ ɔpani Damascus turo song
Dia idi no na de eka nyina no se Ghana aban aye ade ehwe nhyehyɛ aban de agu akwan mu ama COVID-19 an spread na nkum nipa bebre a yɛbɔ aban aba so na de eka biom no se nhyehyɛ aban yɛ se gradually no he will ease the restrictions ama economy no asan atake ni full shape no aban onye bold na onfa saa periodic registrations na no eso na ne yɛhwehwɛ sɛ ebe ɛsɛ eduru mmerɛ bi a schools a ya close ne nyinaa ebebie na yenim sɛ aban hyehyɛ a wayɛ no September deɛ aban bebie school ama yɛn nyinaa yasan akɔ school adeɛ baako ehu yɛ ne sɛ ehu kɛseɛ ahyɛ awofoɔ mu na saa hu kɛseɛ ne nti no aban kan bibia no a sɛ nipa bi amanfoɔ nte ɛna amanfoɔ yɛ school opin ne nasefoɔ no nso ɔmo de politics ɛhyɛm but we deɛ ɛnyɛ politics ne nyinaa ne sɛ wohwɛ Ghana ha ya wohwɛ Bono region baabi a mefiri ɛbaeɛ a Bono region no nipa a ɛnya COVID no obi biara ho atɔ no nipa mmiɛnsa pɛ ɛna ɛwɔ COVID nti azumi sɛ saa nipa mmiɛnsa a ɔmo wɔ COVID no sɛ ɔmo nyinaa wɔ sunyan a afei all the other 11 districts a ɛwɔ Bono region no na kyerɛ COVID ni hɔ sɛ COVID ni hɔ deɛ a ade na nkora na ɛwɔ hɔ ni nyinaa atiti fie
nti sɛ wohwɛ mfa to ho yɛ ɔpani ne yɛɛ no a ɛkyɛ sɛ COVID no ebi ne baabi ne bi wɔ baabi a wɔn no nkwa mu ntoro mu kurom na wɔn school ne ntum fama wɔn wɔn ni bie ne deɛ wɔn so yɛ school ma wɔn na onya kwankɔ ɛkyerɛ sɛ baabi a nneɛma keka korɔ no ɛha dwe paa ɔpani Damascus turo song wɔn na nkora schools wɔ ɔman yi mu no Ghana National Association of Private Schools wɔda wɔn ma no yɛwura Frank owusu sentimental mu ɛne nagrate eku no ɔna yɛ dwam tɛne wɔpani wusu mɛmuadwo
ɛna mɛgye so
wɔpɛri Damascus nsɛm yɛ ano wɔkan watie kakra fa ne adeɛ ɛsɛ kora deɛ figures yɛtie na nwummerɛ ɛbɔ bɔsoɔ no kora na Chantel region de number 10,000 and over ne adeɛ afei kora na ɛfiri sɛ bi a ɛkɔ fam sɛ ɛkɔ soro nso sɛdeɛ Ghana Health Service for wɔkekɛka wɔpɛni asɛm yɛ a wɔkan yɛgye ne ba anaasɛ yɛntwɛn kakra
hene medase mkyɛkyɛfoɔ nyinaa na ɛma obiara adwo well mantie ni nyinaa me ba so enkyɛ na ata me kyɛ no sɛ ɔka sɛ
ɛhɔ no ampo na wahyɛ ase afira na enkyɛ kora
aha sɛ ebetima mankɔ na kɔ school on sɛ ɛyɛ a dicey issue dice ni sɛ ɛyɛ baby kakra ne sense
ɛyɛ bɛsɛ ko na haban
asɛta bɛsɛ ko na haban so yɛ tasana banyansafo na abande ne na si form ka sɛ form telefo bra mewie na ehu a na we mu saa na tie na yɛn so yɛ kɔɔ no ebi mo yenya cases kakra wɔ schools bi mo some few schools ama no ɛkɔyɛ saa sɛ ɛyɛ confirm esura na ɛwɔ yɛn mu no but ɔmatimi amanage na bibia nso suahu nso ehia on sɛ we no me view ni sɛ form 3 for year by any gold for by ni suahu na yenya no sɛ yɛtimi atena se ne analyze ni nyinaa yie na yɛhu sɛ sei na yɛyɛ abɛboa on sɛ on buy no say mo nyinaa adwo kesi sɛ yenya no health directorate na timi amboa ma ya manage anyama nyinaa atoto yi as saying there mu adadi ndi saa hwehun no na ɛsɛ yɛ analyze ni yie ne hu sɛ sankra no ɛba dodo sɛn na ɛba ɔmo nyinaa na ɛba omo ba kwan be na e fa so a ye betimi ahwe se be ya kakra no incident kakra na enya aye no ye nya bio na se si a ye betimi a manage se timi nya se when analyze this situation nyina awie dia then I believe say e dia e betimi aba na say ye tina fia kusi da ben say covid no say ne abetena so nti no as I say e kwan pa e betimi afa so na e timi a manage on say untimi pa otusu nkosha bra on prepare because the bra e be school no say mra no you say lapses kakra be mo abana ka so be man ni ma be bre ho delay so sanitizer ni we be on mo a delay a ni nyina no ambo nche bana me ka so ni nyina suehuru a yesua enti say yetimi manage ni ma ni nyina yi ne say abana ka so be bia ye de available e betimi abo manu bi akokan.
Okay. Enti ase wo pa we dey school pa na dia kro. Ye ntwen say aba no hwem na say dia wo kan ibere so se wo so obi eri a. E nyina ye ho. Me na wase na e kire ku bia so ba. Obani wuso asa fra wo. Ya da se pa wa.
Besmu da so hene. Na men
fra wo. Franco wuso asante man temu na grati jam trani. Nti ekodi nkomo akra efa ne adwenkire ya amanfo kire se schools no mampani emie ne nya kwan enkwa. 100.7 FM. Yentua so.
Anti wonu mkwase omu de nkania papa be konkania disua de study lamps no ye de nyina be ko bosha ba electricals akwa fa de aba CCTV cables ne cameras no video ye sha kukwa mu chi asuma asem no ebi wa ha wanya bidia aba ofi waso dem adwuma mu atena emu ebe boa pa oje bia wonom na ne bonfosem bia akoso a ene watumi asa ho so won ba bia ade be frɛ standing fan ceiling fan so brand bia pe bi wonom electrical cables no 1.5 to 16 mm kwasi broni susiem no abejo de so oye electrician waje contract ya wodi nkane eko obi fie ni ade okwa ya obi fie a bosha banche na so baba jini ma papa ya ba cho chandeliers no na ebobo efie no living room hodom ni ade obi awuro no say oh wani ya bie papa o ya befo ti oji bisa ekoyi nkane ane won pemprade de bosha banche na so ba o san hu aja wa aju kwa ku ba cho bomodin na bradum pz ma me atako for den ma fe sambra hotel ni mhwe na bosha ba plaza no Wesley Methodist ni Central Prison roundabout in this one. Wabajini, my power friend 0541 125339 0541 125339 and 3220 30838 0322030838 Bosha ba electricals no na Oil of Nature Skin and Hair Clinic ensunie wo boapa ne se wo mayenku kama ye de besra ma obi asa de obedi ne tie no atoso fefefe na kama pa wo ko no mu a obi a ne osunu nku honom so kama pa wasi beauty butter lotion no aboa ma bedi no kama pa na yewia anti aging ane mask ne ka wanso nku ya wode ma wa o sra ane ye wo san ba yo babunu chese wanyini kura no a wanim san ye soro ha kura na ye wode ye beboa ma pimples ne mu amu yi a na nso agumutra no ne ade nyina betumi afiri wonom ama ho atowo afi obi nso on mu a wakwate abo ene wanya mu amane na nso oban ne ade na age na aboso senwini stretch marks yi nso age no afa bomodin na ko Oil of Nature Skin and Hair Clinic onum na wonso yemwa yema ode betuma boawo ama owedie no aye kama iwi ansansa ya wodie no agu wo wakon enkoda kosibru be kasa chronic e ba cha obra Oil of Nature honum ye beboa pa fei ma no so ane mama ni nyina akura ba ma bi wonu no wa toproto ato na pampam ni tiri nwinfu ko onum na ko gi nwi enku abebo ama onwefu oba so de ode betwi tiri nwi de ode befam de set ko gi ode enti tietia amokom stadium kwane so City Star building num uduru onmu anu ano dan no a chefam go mu no ene uduru onmu anje wonmu a ye bo ho na wa freza 209 422670 209 422670 ya pa cho wa mononi a timi de bro ye de fa EMS na DHL na ebo no ye fafa na unso afafa tietia ba cho frɛ
abusuafo ye to akase aba no so e de ama na ne Oyerepa futu abedwafo betena ase e ma abena mo agyamfi e na tena adwam na de ode na asamba ye wo kiremu a wo mamu enso ye fa ni gift mensa ya wo se wote kromo ase afase bon na ni nsam nya ne so wo no ani nua be ma pa atwa no bucha kapa a cheze ehu ni nua ne ni fi ma me ba ko papa ba ko no wo se ejo tia kakra de ma ni nua yi se woni won ko school nti be ma ifa nkoto sika krabia e ma no wo mu anu de kakra koka ho saa nkonim se wonya ye sika impemadu ya 30 million ene akire no koya okoyi 500 cedis ya 5 million kra so wontim ni se ni nua ya diskai na se de otoato anesem no yenkoti
Bia me ba ya mama no bone eni se minua ba ma ye frɛ no akwasi mensa eni wadi misika me pa 34 million na misika no me ye se me kwakoto bank na eja me titi amanfo fie me ye hoyi a ne apamo me ye hoyi a na efiewura na tu me ye se sa ja madwuma me ye no me ma me bla nye kwa ti me ba be sie kakra na me dia pe kota plot bi na ma sisa me ma akoguso me papa na mfa ya nko school ti school dia na ezikura ma nko bi da ti na me fesika nkoto bank da ni ti na me nim emu asem bia me bra ni say wo bangi bu ho no so sie sika ni bi wo ana mde ne sa dia me fa mla na ye fa nkoto timinim say ja ona wako so afi so san ye be ma o ye panyimu a me de ma asem koda na obetimi aboa me ana mde ba ne de kokoto ho na me ye adwuma me nya kakra na mde a bla ni say won fa nkoka ho sa ti London yi ba ye no ana me say misika me wasa timi kwakwa ko pesika ni bi dia ba ye adwuma me ko ya si misika ida account me yi bi enye yi na me busa me bla na afi me bla ni say susuvla ni na amfa nkonti susuvla ni ba ye bebusa no afi edafo ono o share me da eda na o share me ni so ya me ba ya asimo ka kire me ni say na o hwese na me busi afu na wankasa nkire me a enye papa na sika ni de wo ni ho na woni o de be ma me na msi yo wo ho de won kofa ma me na msi me fa nya dem de be ye e madan na won fa ma me a won fa ma me na msi me de ba be dam se na me ni mu se o be bo me able mi su
gift mensa no no ani nua ba ma ya wo kire mu kura ni sister pani yawu ama ne makura be ka ono ne de ho ono na ehwe wo mo be ma wo to wo mfa kapre ma wo mfa sika ma wakobu ne bukata nso e de aka ho na mpani fopusu ahoma efre akwasi mensa no ye gift mensa ni nua o wajitum no so obetua
na wachira say ni sika 2000 eda back na ode sika no koto o se na 2000 na waka asa wo ho achiro fone ne ko ekoyi 1005 eno so ye no kre okay inti akwasi e se wunu aba ase kan sika ni nyina ya 3008 into ono de obisa o 1005 no pato o de koto ho back ana wa vanko
Yeah, mami vango. Yeah, ninjaka no pakona mfa mami ina trekope nti odibi mami na chio tadi di mami
3004 na aka no akwasi ewai
ewo me o mi so mami miliki awa di mi le ma ni ya ba nche o mami bu sime mi le ma o mami wa na mi fa di manu no panye djuma tamti no mami 5 million
enti akwasi mensa nso asama wo de to abedwafo anim no na nwumre de kanfo better GPC heba Miss Chama edu papa mantamas na di kanfo eyi sisiemu yare nyina afiri ho na aboa mamma etumi aye ma e wo mpam sanso na abrekro na be ma wo mfie dumienu ko num bia wo sha prostate mu wo ha obia eye better GPC heba Miss Chadrasto obia mu no ubisa obenya bia to eye afre 0244939193 0244939193 ubenya bi atu prekasa natural ginger drink natural ginger drink and so you can for the mouth drink a papa ya dia wo akaka duro na afi ginger prekasa afra ene ya dia ye wo no no na ebo abusi immune system no na ebo ho ba afi yare ahodo nyina ho ntimunya sikyire ene kala no no na mo no prekasa natural ginger drink no boy pa ye fama bro san yi mu a ubenya dudu obi a wo pa atu ubetimi afre 0548 953324 0548953324 eso nyadua herbal center nyadua herbal center ye kan forma wo mu di nu papa ba etidi yare abobo ne afefie honam yawo wo kɔ hɔ no mo betu ase ama nyadua herbal mixture no de wo no ma na kyesa wade wo ho kra eno so drasto bia mu no ubenya bia to na ɛyɛ afre 0558565890 0558565890 ban herbal center was a ban nompen bankase nompemu yare ne nkase mu yare nyina no wote ne te ema wo hutimi to panti fa ho ni mfie duduro bia wona mubu ye wunya nkwanhia wo hia wo ha kwa ban herbal center atonso agogo hospital na chi ho no ma ene wo mo wo mfidie wo ho ye wo de be ye nipadua no mu so hwehwemu e de aka ho na o ma boy no da nchan a obi anadwe mu ka na sabe anasa twe yare e wo no so ayamukuro yare na mu nsan yare ne be ma wa ye mere wo mpam chese yare ben e na ade kwa ban herbal center wo mu nsama wo wo so wo no de ahaban ene nubran wo de esa aduro no na nya aduro nso ni aduro wo no de sahaban Oyerepa Kase wote na abebuo mu ntibra na wonfa nsa wo yare ma ne nyina entoto yie atonso agogo hospital na chi na ban herbal center ewo omo number ni 0244 083482 0244 083482 eno wo se wo tie kire ma ne hawo sa wo ye be ma wo ye oba ba bia wo ba wo be dane de ebi ewo ho
sa ya ba ma bobo mu su na ya nko bra no aso mfanche mo amodi ma dwen kire ba ya ne ade nyina da mo ase papa mo hwe mu tie ye ankropon o nchira mo nyina brenu nti na de mo mfanche ne enso so ne nko Emmanuel Odro Korea wona ja tintim kase no na wo se mu wane dom no wonu nyina wa hanom Stefan Wanda fe Joseph Amoatin de kinso e wa hanom ne dom aka nyina na wonu eka ho ba ya social distancing kase no Wafata frimpon afia nuanom
mambe afia nyakon ena afi
krobia asante da munyina ase na ye sorry di aka bia no ye baba betom so ne sports e bana eno no brasafo